Say hi, everybody. Go hi, everybody. Yeah, we made it. We made it. Yeah. Oh, I forgot the other part. So I guess I'll just enlarge the text because it says I'm live. And so I'm going to zoom up the numbers here. Hi, Mary. Yep. We all know it's near her nap. But it's like beautiful day outside. They said it wasn't going to get very warm here today, but so far they're wrong. And we all know it's near her. Yep, it says, hi, Cheryl. Cheryl says, hi, cutie tootie. Cutie patootie. That's me, huh? Yes. Let's see if she does her tongue hanging out thing during the show. That's her new thing she found. What? Yeah. The windows are open. It's like, had to run down the grocery store to get stuff for tonight's dinner. And they voted on the weirdest. We're having potato soup. I'm still going to make a meatloaf. Randy says, hello, Dee. He says, hello, Dee. Say hi, everybody. And Yo Patty says, it's Chubby Cheeks and Grandma and Sandra K show. Yep, that's what it is. We was in here earlier, just before noon, trying to entertain her. And she was trying to fall asleep. Hi, Gayla. Gayla says, hello, baby D. Yeah, that's your name, baby D. What? Oh, and then a message. I went to the store and I forgot the crackers for the soup. So that's what we voted on. So the chimes will be. Casey went to work at midnight last night. I told him to go home and get some sleep. Hi, Carrie. Is that your new vocal? Yeah. But I'm going to try to do some more of the drunkards past blocks, which is Chubby Cheeks. I think hers are a little bit broader down here. We could say the D's for dimple because she has the dimple. Yeah. And she has the arms to go from, what are they, maybe 12 inches or so? They can go out 2 feet and nothing flat. You're putting the hour quilt together. The first one, number 1. Randy says, putting our quilt together. She's into everything. Okay, number 1. Yeah, I got one to put together. I got the sashing for it the other day. It's from 2024, I think. 2023. I had the number written on it. Of course, it gets hung up and everything. 2023. I got all those sampler blocks from classes that we did. Figure out where to put the Wi-Fi. Hi, Gladys. You just broke your thread. I'll try to say it the correct way. Because if I get started on I'll go. She's trying to, I guess, show you the other block. This is the one we did a little bit ago. So we have 3 now for putting the flowers on. So, might start doing that after everybody goes home tonight. I'm going to try and reach up here, turn it down just a little bit. There. We have one on here. She could rip it off of there because it's not under the needle. But I have a couple more over here. You want your water? You want your water? She's not too sure about this water stuff. But all the different things that they come up with. Okay. Hold your handles. There you go. Just don't chug it. And they even have a little stopper so it doesn't leak. It says, I need that rubber straw. Yesterday, I knocked my soda pop over. Didn't spill a drop, but I snapped the straw. So I couldn't suck a dang thing up the straw. Made me mad. Took the fizz out of the pop. But that's how it goes. I can sew these while holding her. It's a lot more challenging. But it's like, I can do it. But stretching for the pin cushion is the fun part. And I still have the stitch cut down to 2. And she also likes to grab, of course, the moving parts. But what's everybody working on? We know what Randy's working on. Let's see if we can put out a rib again. Hi, Susan. Hi, Susan. Drink that. You little cute. Hi, Sarah. It's like, I practiced earlier, so I even practiced earlier popping out that rib. I'm going to go back in and have those floating ribs removed. I don't know what they're there for. To cause pain. Yep. She's slapping that cup. I guess she thinks she's going to turn it into milk. But I grabbed that for now. Because she just had yogurt and some other stuff. An inspiration. Oh, I'm glad that I can. Well, watch those fingers. You're fine. I told her no earlier, and she just cried and cried and cried. Oh, she's reaching up at a moving needle. I got one more pin. And then I got to try to pin with her. No, this is Ginny Moss. Here, just a minute. I'll get your quilt. Here's yours. Thank you. Hi, Terry. She's bound determined that this is hers. I wished I had a camera that you could snap. I was holding my material, pushing it through, and she had her hand over here pushing it through too. Those little moments. Maybe she'll be the sewer. And then maybe she'll say, no. Did you get rid of your headache, Terry? Well, I guess I can't really say that. Did your headache go down tolerable? Yep, that's a ruler. And if you get Grandma's glasses, it won't break them, but it could crack them. £13.5 of fabric. Way to go. I didn't even look at the scale weight on mine. The one fabric I got said it was a 3-yard, one of those 3-yard package deals. It didn't come wrapped this time. They must be selling them faster than they can get them wrapped. At least she's occupied for the moment. Yeah, I have to throw my pillow away at night. But then it feels like I'm drowning. I think, put the pins over there before I reach down to get this. Okay, I'll pop the other rib out now. Yeah, the blue one, that blue bag is awesome. Hi, Lisa Brown. Yeah. Grandson bus duty. She'll be back. Okay, Cheryl. I didn't bring me anything to drink, but I brought the stuff. Yes, I saved it because I'm going to. I got 3 quilts rolled up in one for if there's anybody needs donation quilts. I just haven't checked on how much the shipping would be. And the other one is right here behind me. I've got it 3 times altogether. I've used one to send out because I can come up with a zip tie and a label. Uh-oh. Where'd it go? Now, we got to figure out what size we got to have for elastic. Looks like 2 inches. Hi, Maureen. Gotta pick up this piece again. Dang. Oh. Pop down, rib. It's like mine's rolled up and it's put with the stabilizers and paper and that have. I have a used the long skinny thing from the post office. That's about 3 inches by 12 inches. I washed mine off. Hi, Courtney. Are you going on live later today, Courtney? I checked earlier and you hadn't changed it. Do you need turned around to go night-night? Do you need to go night-night? Oh, you changed the time? Okay. 6:30 your time is 4:30 my time. Wow, that was fast. Hi, Kathy. I wish she'd just let me lay her down. This is what you call fast asleep, right? You guys just seen her eyeballs open. You're okay. So I guess I'll do some pinning. I cut out 4 colors at a time. Hi, Tammy. Hi, Lori Clark. Yeah, don't we all? Maybe it's the heartbeat that she's listening to. I'm such a bully. You're in line for the kiddo? Four-day weekend? This is where, if I was in my recliner, I'd be reclined back, pinning these. But I always pin up extra. You finished your 100 star. We'll be showing. Oh, it's going to be showing on Saturday? What question do you have, Lori? Yeah, she has a switch. Oh, you don't have school Friday and Monday? Oh, it's like, it'd be kind of nice, but it's like, don't work that way here. It'll change next year when she changes to the other school system, huh, Courtney? Enjoy it now. I'm waiting for Lori's question. The gentleman that purchased that 100 star, he sent a message. He loves it and it keeps him warm. And the other one for Ronnie just went out in the mail yesterday. It's same schedule? Okay. Oh, because it's a Catholic school, but a different division. When our Catholics, when they couldn't do Catholic anymore, they had to learn the new schedule. They went with ours. I want to make a huge hunter star block to go on the back, 84-inch square. It is very doable. There, a lady did one, and she made a baby quilt out of it. 84. Because you'd have to do it in 10. I was reading Randy's 10 different blocks. You'd have to do it in different fabrics. But hers was, she did the full width of fabric, 45-inch square. She just pretended that the fabric, she had enough to go that way, and then maybe put a border around it, Lori. That's what I would think, because when you put that back together, because maybe just having, like if you do 45 by 45, you could put 4 large hunter stars together and then a border. I don't know how big that would go out to. I don't have it right. It's like I looked at it because I thought that'd be a quick baby quilt, and thought I saved it somewhere, but I don't have that. The tablet is where I save everything. My phone's a phone because that would be some. Yeah, and it does work very much, but sometimes it's like, would it be too much? Because I even thought on his backing, but I ordered wide backing, of putting a row of hunter stars across the back of it. And I go, don't overthink, don't overthink. I always overthink because reversible. And even if the biggest hunter star you can make, even if you put them in the four corners with fabric around them, I think they'd still turn out beautiful. Yeah. Overthinking is hard on the brain. Okay. I only have one of that one. Because it's like our whitest fabric that we can get's the 4244, or what they call 4245, whatever they call it. Because I did that one big giant star where we used to, what was it? Any size square, make giant half square triangles and make a quilt. I had my quilt way too big. The block went way over, but it made a nice big backing for a quilt. If I start buffering or anything, make sure to let me know, guys. That doesn't work that way. Putting the right side and wrong sides together. Because I can't see if I am buffering or not. I could turn on my phone, I guess. I can't see the chat on my phone. I don't know why. There's a setting someplace I gotta hit. When I first had it, I had where I could see the chat. Now it's like, I don't know what happened. Because when the chat doesn't move, I don't know if I'm buffering or not. That's how you can tell. I'm just out of focus every now and then. Okay. You can talk about me. Go ahead, Randy. View channel. Live. Okay. I can see that my hands are moving. It's like, just can't see the chat. She is so sound asleep. Got to turn the volume down there. I hear myself in the background. Okay, everything's good. Sometimes on a lot of lives. I have to go back in and I have to change my picture size. And then I have made a deal with myself the other night when I made so many more white hexies on this stack of material I have. Then I can start on the next hexies, the 3/8 inch ones. That's a different hexie after you've been dealing with 3/4 inch. That 3/8 is terrible. It's like, it's small. But I think I got 6 of them made last night. I put everything up and then it's like couldn't sleep. But on the drunkard's path, I put the frown in the back, the smile in the front, and I pinned to the smile. In just a second, it's like, here's a piece. I go back, move this one. Yep, I forgot to trim this little piece off of here. I see my pencil mark. So that puts that fold off. 1/8 of an inch is an 1/8 of an inch. So see, there's one piece that's got a smile, and there's one piece that has a frown. You put the frown in the back, the smile in the front. Press them in half, line that up. And then I've been calling this one the baseball diamond because that's kind of what it looks like. It has first, second, and third. And the other is home plate. So we have to line up the pitcher to the pitching mound. So I just pinned first and third in the pitcher, and then go back. There'll be a little extra on the home plate side. But when you sew it, it just works magically in because the stitches allows it, when you press it, to go back out and lay like it should. So you always have to have a wrinkle somewhere. I guess I should finish pinning this one. No pencil marks any place left over. She must have went to sleep pretty quick into the thing because it's only 1:21. Been on. I guess I went on a little early. Probably because Randy was saying, I'm waiting. I just went and grabbed her up. Her mama was leaving, and I never thought to look at the clock. But here's the frown. Fold it in half. I just finger press it. Take the baseball diamond, right sides together. Fold. The fold line is what I've been calling the pitcher's mound. When you got to come up with descriptions, it's what we use is what we use. And I just kind of line them up on the bottom piece because I can see through it. And take first base, put them together. Take third base side, pin them together. Different terminology. Oops. Lisa didn't go to the ground. It would have stayed there till later. I'd just grab the next one. I use 5 pins altogether. Ruffle this one in. Because when, it's like I could show you on the next one here. When you're done, it's a home run. Yep. Home run is when I get the pieces appliqued. This one here, when you're sewing, you can make it flatter. You just have to watch when you sew that you don't sew a fold in the back, a pleat. But if you go little by little, you can always sew right along and make it straight. It's not biased. And then this one here, it just, the frown just works into it. Hi, Jennifer. Didn't see no pencil marks on this one. So you always know which 2 pieces you need. Yeah, the little one here didn't make it long. She was out. She was there for a while. Okay, and then when the one pin's in, I just finagle it over to where it lines up. Then I start putting in. And Cheryl, you're not a bad penny. You're just a quick quilter. So are they going to hand quilt that quilt that you just put together now, Cheryl? Are they going to hand quilt it? Most of the church ladies do that. They do here. They get together and have a hand quilting social because they make better money. You think they are? Yeah. I tried helping. They was behind in hand quilting some quilts, and they told me I didn't do it right. So I said, okay. And I just watched them. I was doing the same thing they was doing. It's just some of the ladies don't like giving up. And I was in my 50s then. They don't like giving up their part. The one lady says you probably couldn't even cut fabric right for them. Yeah, we have our reasons for slowing down, like this one right here. Slide her back up a little. Let's see if I can do some more one-hand sewing. I get to use the second hand a little bit. As long as the sewing machine doesn't wake her up. But Maureen, how's your sewing coming along? If I do, she'll wake instantly up. That's my worst part. I don't have a pacifier with me, something for her to suck on. Yes. Yeah. It's funny. Yesterday, she was napping, and I was on Messenger with Darlene. As soon as Darlene started sewing, she was wide awake looking for the sewing machine. As long as I don't get too carried away on it. But if I try to do a high speeder, then it's like she's awake. Just like, we're not talking and then we are, how it wakes her up. But I have enough slant to her that I can let go of her a little more. She's not going to go nowhere. I have so much going on with repairs and my classes. We had to make this big flower quilt. I have put it all together, starting to the leaves and stuff on the bottom. I look up and I screwed up. Oh, it's not a screw up. It's a design change. We're going to have a lot of applique on these. Yeah. And we're still looking at, and Darlene and I, the yep. It's like the only time I can get her to lay down without screaming. She's going through that stage right now too. The clingy. You throw it in a corner and do it when it resumes in the fall. You don't want any part of it right now. That's like that one I was doing the embroidery on with my grandma. All life's journeys, Casey's cancer stopped me from going up to spend time with grandma. We spending our budget on his gas to and from chemo. So we had to halt that quilt, and then I dug it out after she passed away, of course. But she was supposed to teach me how to do her embroidery her way. It's past the design changes to stupid mess. Sometimes they work out, Maureen. Sometimes they work out. I didn't know I had a tail of that many. I knew there was one there. But on this quilt here, I don't know if you've seen it, Maureen, or every other people. It's like we have 2 blocks to make. Trying to get down to that other block, but I have a whole bunch of these small things. We will have 60 of this block in the different color, and then we'll have 60 of this block. These are 8-inch squares. So this is going to take where I have to downsize my borders. And we're appliquing flowers and leaves in here. And their stems are all embroidered. Hi, Kenneth. And how's Kenneth today? Okay. Got 3 more pinned here. Too late, this ship left the dock. This is getting harder for more rows I put. Yes, it does, Randy. I have 25. How many blocks altogether are you putting on? I got 25 behind me. But I make deals with myself. I have so many to get done. There's 25 blocks, 12 and a half inches behind my back. And 2.5 inch sashing. And then start making borders. And the borders, I can just take my scrap material, come up with something. You're doing it with 30? Because I do 5 by 5 and then just add a row of either half square triangles, pinwheels, piano key. That way I know top and bottom. It tells me top and bottom by elongating it that way. And then this one I'm going to order a white back green. I'm going to go with it's going to go with the green theme for sashing and backing. But I gotta get it done before I'm out of those scraps. And I told myself, don't go yard sailing this year. This would probably be the year I find all the off-white yarn I'd find. Because I want to make a scrappy with yarn. There's still such a thing as scrappy with yarn. I want to hunt for a bunch of different off-white, very off-white, variegated, blotched, whatever. And make me a double strand, heavy duty. I made one for a raffle. Hi, Nancy. And I said I should have kept it for myself rather than give it away. Because purple just doesn't fit my living room decor color. Purple is my bedroom color. Well, those ones are all. See, these here, now that I've got, more of these made, these wait until I get some other colors made. I don't start sewing these together quite yet. But it's like, I have several here. This one here I might have to take out. This one buckled. Take out a couple stitches. Yes, she is sound asleep. She's one of these that has that pressure button. You go to move her, she's awake. Last week when I said that I'd sit here for a little bit more so she could get a good nap, she never did go back to sleep. You're just about done with the alphabet quilt now, but now I don't know what to do next. I'd love to make the blue and white quilt. Well, make a one. Just make it, Jennifer. So, there. I took that out. Didn't realize it puckered underneath. So I'll put this one back in under the needle. Oh, Keep it simple. Keep it simple, Jennifer. Jacob's ladder is a very simple one. You make half with Jacob's ladder and half with a one star, and every other block with Jacob's ladder and the star, because the Jacob ladder connects like a checkerboard because they're points. I wish I had a Jacob's ladder sitting here. But the Jacob ladder has the directional in it, and it looks like it makes you're making a checkerboard, and then the stars go between. I did it in a 3-yard quilt, and then Jacob's ladder is beautiful in just the quilt and like 2 colors of blue. And Jacob's ladder is a very, very simple block. Going through checking to see if I got them. It's like, yeah, but Jacob's ladder is a very easy block because it's 4 patches and half square triangles. The churn dash is an easy one. It's just for design wise, the churn dash leaves not quite as pretty pattern as a Jacob's ladder would. But if you go simple, because I don't remember what's on these blocks back here. I know there's not a Jacob's ladder. I'll undo these. This one here has something to do with diamonds. This is a diamond star. It's like, on some of them I wrote the name, some of them I didn't. It's like, and then it's like, these were all different classes that we taught when I was over at Kathy's. These are all just made of scraps. Grabbed a different scrap every day. This is I forget the pinwheel. But it's like, Susan made some of these with us. It's like, it's a pinwheel. This one's the entwined star. This made a great Christmas ornament. And then I fussy cut and put snowmen in the middle. Everybody that was in the... And then this star. Wait, it's okay. Go back to sleep. Back to sleep. I'll just keep showing them. This one here, these points here had a template, and mine wouldn't print. So that's just a guess on the points, those triangles. This one's very colorful. Made some where they're supposed to be. It's like, this one here is called the darting bird. Can you see the bird flying? This is the darting bird block. I've made that in a couple different ones. These are those 12 and a halfers. And then this is the one Gisela was going to teach. I just put the block together. And then it gives you, like these colors here together would make a beautiful plain neutral quilt. You get to play with the colors. And then, of course, no block in my class is not going to have a purple. This is the folded corners because it looks like the corners are fold. No, this one isn't the folded corner. But there's one that looks like this, that the folded corner, they match so much here. Yeah, they do. And then another one that's purple. This one here is called the 4 tulips or 4 flowers. And yeah, that one's tulips. This one's the 4 flowers. I have a different color in each corner. And I really like this block, but this is more detailed. This one is called Mother's Favorite. And every once in a while I see a name written on the back. But I just throw these stacks of scraps. These are leftover pieces after my summer moon was done. These are all leftovers. That one's called Daydream. This one's Daydream. This is a form of a churn dash. But there's so many names that comes out with that too. And it's like Randy, you're such a sweetheart. And Maureen's doing one that's with Sherry and Chelsea. Okay. Mystery quilt. And then here's another neutral one. This one is Sarah's Choice, is what this one's called. I'm not consistent because they're all, this one here is Ohio Star. But that's all of them. Eyeball itches. But yeah. You're not going to go back to sleep? You can go back to sleep. It's an 18-inch block with a layered cake and a jelly roll from her fabric Raspberry Summer. And it's like, oh, yes. Hi, Lisa. I forgot to tell you that. I greet some people in and then I forget. But that's quite a passel of. I have one at Courtney's. It's done. Courtney's done quilting it. That was part where I used all the same fabrics. I put them in the bin. You're fading fast, Terry. Pin, cut, and sew. She has a few recommendations for fabric on today's post. Well, it's like, go take a nap, Terry. We're going to be leaving here in a few. I said I would try to get the hour in. How big of a board do you need to teach? It's like, as big a board as you want. Maureen's ready for a nap too. But it's like, I know a lot of people are tired. And then watching this one sleep doesn't help anything, right? Border. On this one here, when it's done, I will decide then. I think I put a 2.5 inch and then a 5 inch. Like I said, Courtney has it, so I don't know what the measurement is on that last sampler. The other one's in that closet back there. But I try to get my quilts out to 80 something wide. Oh, you're staying on here so your phone can charge? It's like, I don't get to go out to the garden. It's too cold back there in my backyard still. It's only 58, but it's beautiful out there. The blue skies, light wind, very light breeze. But it's only 58. But my backyard is cold. That's where it stays shade most of the time. But next, we're making a meatloaf and preparing the stuff for potato soup. That's what we get to do next. Maybe that car is going to be gone for the weekend. I don't know. It's like spring brings out all the old guys with the hot rods and why they have to cruise up and down this street. They get near a house that has other hot rods and they have to rev them up. It's like, is it going to bring them out? Wake them up? But it's like, there's so many choices out there of blocks and things to make. This will be, I'll take down the bunny quilt, hang it back in the closet so I can get the pantograph finished, draw it out. It's going to have meandering bunnies. Yeah, she is. She went right back to sleep. I seen all of her green eyes. I was amazed when she did fall back to sleep. The memories. Yeah. There's a lot more good memories. Kathy's going for a walk. Is Kathy being pushed in the wheelchair? Hi, Melanie. You got prosthetic on, Kathy, and heading out? Send us a video. Because my front door, the storm door, since it broke, it doesn't latch. So I have to lock it. Yesterday, I told it was bothering Alani because the wind was blowing up open the storm door. And I told her she could go lock it. She says, "No, I can't." I says, "You used to. You used to lock me outside all the time." She said, "I did." And then she went over and locked the door. Well, when it was time for Auntie M to come, I says, "You better go unlock that door for Auntie M." "No." I says, "You need to go unlock that door for Auntie M." And so she gets on hands and knees. She looks out the dog door that I just made that quilted dog door flap for. Auntie M's not here yet. So then she goes back and plays. And then I hear the car pull in and she says, "Are you sure?" So she gets on hands and knees, looks out the dog door again. And by that time, Emily's up to the door trying to get in. And she goes, "Unlock the door, Alani." "No, I can't get up off my knees." And she says, "You can too." And then she goes, "Auntie M, what's the password?" She says, "There isn't a password. I'm going to kick your behinder." "That's not it, Auntie M." And so they're arguing at this door. So I finally wake up this one to go open the door. And I said, "The password is little shit," because that's what Alani was being. And and then she goes, "No, that's not the password, Gigi Ma." I says, "Well, what's the password?" "Well, if I tell you, it's not secret." Okay, Lisa's posting a thing. So Alani has her moments. She can be cute and she can be ornery. But I want to thank everybody for coming over, even if it is to watch the baby sleep. I did get several sewed together. Yes, she is a crazy kid. And Melanie saying hi to Randy, Terry, Kathy, and Lisa, and Susan and Maureen, and Terry's getting ready for her nap. But I finger press these things. Oh, Gladys is still here. Well, thanks for sticking around, Gladys. And join Courtney in a hour and a half, is it? 2.5 hours? Uh, Peace and quilting. They're all on one now? On Facebook? Okay. I'll look at them, Randy. You want me to tell you if you did good or bad? 90 minutes. Okay. Hour and a half. But join us over at Courtney's. I'll be in the chat. She's not the 3 hour one. She's not your zone. It's 6:30 her time, 4:30 my time, and it's 2 o'clock here. Okay, I won't give you my true opinion. I'll just say I like it. And on these, I press to the dark side, whatever the print's on. Even if the print's light, I consider anything that isn't this print. Yeah, 7:30 there, yes. So you can get, it's bad. So you can get a good nap in, Terry. Yes, that would be Central Time. It's like, I don't know where the other time zone is or isn't. What's the time zone Utah's on? It's not Central and it's not Pacific. And everybody always calls it Arizona time. And it's like, whatever Arizona time is. Yes, I should say rest. Mountain time. Okay. But we go to a mountain to go to Kathy's. We should have a time zone there. So they're all finger pressed, I think. Nope. Found another one. When I put them out of the reach of the little hands. When I finger press them, that little pucker that you think it's going to have all comes right out. Well, she does live in a different time zone than us, Susan. Different climate, different everything. But we have to help pay the taxes for her side of the mountain because that's where all the big wigs live. And now I need to take a trip with Susan back over to Kathy's, but it's like I don't even know if I have this one tomorrow yet or not. Her aunt hasn't said if she was babysitting, but if some blocks were different sizes, so I didn't want to cut them. Randy, you have to be a quilter. You have to be brave and do that little snip sometimes. If you lose a point, you lose a point because it's like what we do is try to. Well, what I do if I measure and I got 5 12 and a quarter, I make one row have the 12 and a quarters, and then it doesn't show up that much. But to do a 12 and a quarter, 12 and a half all in the same row, they really start showing up. So if they show up bad, make it work to you. Move the sashing from being straight in a line to off kilter. I think I've had to do that twice with these donations or the quilt alongs. I have a shoe box up there. I should pin that up on the wall. I got to pick a color to go in that for sashing. But I got to get this one done first, even though that one's older. No sashing. Well, it's like that the swoon 16. It's a 16-inch block. It it required sashing in the pattern, but when I put it together without the sashing, I actually like it better without the sashing. So you just have to tell somebody what the measurement is, and then we'll tell you what size border you can put on it. We'll suggest a border because they're 12.5-inch blocks, I think you said. Oh, but that big one doesn't count. The average size of your blocks are 12.5 unfinished. So don't go over a 6-inch border. Usually half the block is what you can put for a border. Even though I have did a 10-inch border because the quilt was done, it was made for a queen size, and then I got a king size, so I need to make it wider, so I did the bigger drop. Big one ain't in this one. Okay. But you usually don't take your borders wider than half of your block. So it's like that swoon 16, that 16-inch block, I could have did an 8-inch border with a combination of 2 or 3 fabrics. So it probably looked good with the two border, a small one to stop the eyeball, and then a complementary one. Oh, you still haven't got that one together yet, Susan? I can't remember. That one's all done in the closet behind me. I keep saying I'm going to set up quilts on my fence, quilts on my porch seats, and just snap a new video, still shots or video of all these quilts. Give Austin a bunch of exercise. We go outside and take pictures, quilt after quilt after quilt, and put them in a video. But it's like one day that was beautiful out here, we had such terrible winds, and then my porch has to be cleaned. I don't want them to rub on the dirt. Because I thought about doing that when I didn't have her. Because she was sick. Or was it the week before? I think it was the week before that I just had her on Monday and Wednesday. But that grandma went back to work, so I don't have to share with her now. Just great grandma gets her. You finally got the last one in January? Oh, wow. Yeah, our wonky block swap. We got our last one this year. And I took the blocks I had put in. I took two that I was using, and then I substituted. So I took my quilt apart and put them in. So when that one gets done, I want to get a picture of that one. But if I wait to get a picture of all these totally done, it'll be a while. But it's like, gotta keep up with the ones I have. And then I put them on YouTube in the private part. That way I have a video of all the quilts that I've did. But I did on that. I will do a live so you guys can see it when I do it. Because I was trying to figure out where I could put up some poles and a clothesline. Go clear across my front porch here. Tie it to the post. Because it's going to take a tall clothesline for some of them. Being they're, 97 inches long. It's going to take quite a tall clothesline. And for someone to pin them up there, it's not going to be me on that step ladder. I go one step and I panic. And we tried like the summer moon, taking a picture up at the park. That didn't work because the gust it started blowing wind ridiculous. But it's a lot of work to take those pictures. I don't know how other people do it. But they make smaller quilts. If you can't use them on a bed or on the foot of the bed, I don't make them. I don't have walls. My walls are covered with pictures of my family. My family is important to me. Quilts are just a part of my life, part of my addiction. I started telling the kids how much this one costs, how much that one costs, how much that one costs. And they go, oh, it is an addiction. Now they understand why I have quilt tops. That's why Ronnie was going to pay for 2 to be quilted. And then next one I showed her, she wanted to buy it. So she bought it and said, here, now you can use this money to pay for your quilts. So it's not she's paying for them. I'm paying for them now because she bought the quilt. Can't wait to get it back. It just left in the mail yesterday. Can't wait to get that one done to see it completed. That was 114 by 97. But people are starting to fade away. It's like, but I want to thank you guys for coming and joining us. Even though the little star petered. But we know she's going to fall asleep pretty much any time I go live. I have family. My neighbors think I'm an only child. We'll see how many come down for my birthday. Oh, only one was invited. I don't know. Melinda invited my little brother Roger or not. I'll have to ask her. I told her that not to invite my brother-in-law, but she invited him. And Lisa, everyone have a good evening. And Lisa is my Snapchatter that finds things really fast. And then she even seen the post where I hid one of this one at 8 months. Yeah, her 8-month picture, 7-month picture. It was a little video of her chatting away. But it's like, you have to have these cute moments. And YouTube allows us to document them. We put them in our YouTube. It's private. I'm reaching for this. We'll sit here until she wakes up. Put my feet up. And I can press those blocks. So everybody, see you next week. Bye.